Yo, what up, everybody? It is the Enough Said podcast. We are in season 3, episode number 8 right now. So we thank all of our listeners who are out there. We appreciate you. So feel free to follow us on, whatever social media you want, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, whatever you like. And also make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you get all of our latest videos coming out, in the next couple of weeks here as we continue to get some great material. With that being said, let's get right into it. So, Jermaine, let's start with this guy, introducing him. So, with as much talking as this guy does with his mouth, it gets over fatigued. And he still doesn't know how long Josh Allen has been in the league. Say hi to Jermaine, everybody. What's up, Jermaine?
What's up, Jermaine?
What's up, everybody? How you?
All right, Mumbles. Take it easy
Good
there.
seeing you. It's good seeing you, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. What's up?
All right, this next guy, if I had to summarize the 49ers season with a song, it'd be Bye Bye Birdie, because now they have to try and win with that guy, Brock Purdy. Say hi to Mike, everybody. What's up?
Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's going to pull us through.
We'll
What's
see.
up, everybody?
All right, and this last guy, he knows he's waiting for it. It's a good thing he does not place any bets, because he still can't decide if his favorite team is in or out, those Jets. Say hi to Andre, everybody.
That's a good one.
Yeah, the Jets. That's right. Yeah, that's my favorite team. Blah, blah, blah. What's up, everybody?
Yes.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, Dre?
What happened to your Jets last week? They almost did it, Trey. They had their chances, man. They couldn't pull it out at the last minute, man.
I didn't watch him.
He didn't watch them. He picked them to go in the Super Bowl.
He picked them in the Super Bowl. I didn't watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you got to go check out our podcast with All Dressed Up, because that's what I said, Jets. So maybe I don't know
Sleep.
what I was. Sleep.
Yeah, sleep.
Yeah.
Too much racing for 24 hours.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Yeah.
And speaking of which,
Jets
Trey,
were
we
kind
got to
of
catch up.
popular pick.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead, bud.
No, as I say, they were kind of a popular pick for a hot minute. I mean, they look kind of like a sleeper team, but they're just 1 or 2 wins away. It's the quarterback situation is what's holding them down.
I mean, our first podcast for this season, we mentioned the Jets looked like, they had a good draft and looks like they were going to, do something. I mean, yeah, of course, I said Super Bowl, no, but they look decent, but you never know. I mean, Miami's right there, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, again, we talked about it on that podcast, All Dressed Up, and it was, we think we all agreed it's who's ever hot, right? Whether it's the Eagles, if they can hang on to this somehow, whether it's your boy Kirk Cousins, if he gets hot the last minute, who knows? We don't know whether it's closet Cowboy fan over there and Micah Parsons at X Factor defense, right, Jermaine? Your boy, and you never know. So I got to be careful because I'm going to start mumbling again.
Shout out. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. They win. They clinch a playoff berth today, baby. All right, let's get it. Let's get it, baby.
Go.
Can't say it enough for San Fran, though. San Fran's still fighting, Mike. Yeah, so let's see how this goes, bro.
Yeah, they're still fighting.
Listen, Mike, I mean, you don't have a Jimmy G now. You got banged up players, am I right?
A lot of guys came back. Actually, that's kind of what helped them start winning some games. As guys came back. I mean, you got some guys that got bumps and bruises as usual, but no Jimmy G, no Trey Lance.
Because what I was about to say, you're gonna have to rely on your defense, right? So
defense and run game.
You got to rely on your defense,
and you're gonna have to just rely on the kid. You're gonna have to just throw him out there and say, "Dude, play quarterback." Get the ball out there. I mean, you can't run and play defense all the way to a championship in this league. I mean, the Ravens did it back in the day, but that was a different league.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna have to put up points. You're gonna have to throw the ball. You're gonna have to just say, "Go do it, kid."
Right.
He did it last week.
Yeah,
he looked like he wasn't scared. I mean, he threw the ball. He threw an interception, but that was like a jump ball. and the receiver just didn't get it. Everything else, I mean, he threw some passes to Debo in traffic that I was like, man, what's this kid doing? But he put the ball only place Debo could get it, and I don't know. I
Brock.
think they coached him up pretty good. That he just don't turn the ball over. That's all. Just don't turn the ball over, and the team's got a solid chance.
Brock Purdy. I mean, the name. I mean, come on. Can you imagine that he'll light up the league? You know what I mean? Mr. Irrelevant, last pick of the draft, Brock Purdy. It's not a common name.
It's a household name, man. It's like, Manny.
I mean, it's like that only in America kind of thing. It's just like, here's a kid, like Brady, 5th, 6th round pick that, it's like, who knows this guy? And then put him in the right situation. You never know.
Yeah. Yep.
I look at him as like, now if he plays solid, you got at least a solid backup. I like Jimmy G, but there's still money involved with Jimmy G and a whole bunch of stuff that keeps somebody might come back next year. But the Jets are going to need a quarterback, it looks like, and there's going to be a couple other teams that need quarterbacks. So I think Jimmy G is going to get another shot at free agency. So if you got Brock Purdy as a capable backup, and if Trey Lance isn't the answer, then you might have to go with Purdy. It might be like Kirk Cousins and RG3 all over again. You had RG3 was the big draft pick, and then Kirk Cousins was much lower. You can see who's had the longer career and turned out, to be better in the long run. So,
and if not, you always got the draft picks. Oh wait, no, that's be like 15th rounder you got left. Is that all you got left at this point?
Yeah. We got 3rd rounders, so you might be able to find a gem in the 3rd round. You never know. or the GOAT. If he's still playing, ain't got nothing else to do. Maybe they'll get him to come to the team for a couple of years.
The GOAT, look out! What's CMC's status for this week in Debo? I know they were both banged up and they were questionable. We don't even know if they're going to play yet, right?
No, as far as I know, they're playing.
Okay.
I mean, the last injury report I saw, the other person who was dinged up was Bosa. With some hamstring issues, but I think all of them will play. Yeah, as far as I know, they're all playing.
Yeah, for the Eagles, I know they got Saquon's 50-50 right now. They said he's going to be like a game time. So if Giants don't have Saquon, that's going to be a big advantage for the Eagles. But we'll see. It's going to be a wet ball, cold, wet day too. So
I got a question for you, Dre. Debo or AJ Brown? Who would you take? Hello?
Neither.
Neither.
Stupid question.
All right. Well, speaking of that, let's talk about some free agents, some good and bad signings. Because it's week 14 right now, and you got a pretty good idea if the free agents at this point are going to work or not work. So let's talk about some of the best ones that you think have worked out so far. Let's start with you, Dre. Who do you got that you think was a good pickup free agent wise this year so far?
Come back to me.
Come back to you. All right.
Yeah. I gotta think. I'm still asleep.
The questions get harder as the podcast goes on, just so you know.
Yeah. I can't think.
Jermaine, who you got? And don't say AJ Brown, please.
AJ, yeah. Look, I mean, you got to put it out there. I mean, that was a good. It was a good signing. It was a good signing, Sal. AJ
That's
Brown.
why I didn't want to say nothing because y'all gonna think I'm gonna start AJ Brown. So let him.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
AJ Brown right now. I mean, you look at all the free agents, Sal. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm somewhat with you, but not all the way with you. But yeah, AJ Brown is. That was a good free agent signing. It was a good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all the free agents right now. Yeah, AJ Brown is the top dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the worst was Kirk. Christian, what's his name? The Kirk, the guy from
Christian Kirk from Jacksonville.
No, the one went from Arizona to Jacksonville. Yeah,
Christian Kirk. Yeah,
Christian Kirk.
Yeah. Okay, Christian Kirk. I think that was the worst.
Really?
All the money he stole. I mean, he ain't doing nothing.
I think he's coming. I think he's coming into his own. I mean, yeah, he had a little lapse in the middle of the season, But I think he's starting to, bring it back on and stuff. So yeah,
because the last time I checked, he was in the 20th ranking, and AJ Brown was 10th.
Yeah.
So
I think Christian Kirk is going to be a good something like an AJ Brown, a good complementary player to that team because
right.
Jacksonville signed Calvin Ridley, so so you don't know what Ridley's going to come back, and then you got that young guy Zay Jones, so I think he'll be especially next year when Trevor Lawrence comes out of rehab, and and then I think Christian Kirk could be he's a good player. I mean, the last couple of games he had a pretty good season. I mean, pretty good couple good games last couple. So
okay,
yeah, I would say also in terms of the positives signings, Devontae Adams, even though he's on a bad team, that dude, except for one game, he really has shown up.
Yep.
He really has. I can see why Aaron Rodgers misses him for sure. So yeah, Devontae Adams definitely, and then of course for the worst, I mean, by far the worst is Russell Wilson. I mean that's
oh man, that's a no brainer.
That's
Mike, come on, Mike, come on with something else. Come on, forget that, man. Come with someone else, Mike.
Yeah, I mean someone else. I'll be honest with you. One of my biggest disappointment, and I know his season's not over yet, but truthfully, it's been Deebo Samuels.
Okay.
I mean, he got paid just like AJ Brown really got paid, and his production has dropped off tremendously. I mean, I think part of the reason they got CMC is because they saw that the offense was stalling again, and that the Deebo does it all from last year is not the Deebo that does it all this year. I mean, he's been dinged up. He was dinged up last year, but he's dinged up again this year. He's kind of like he's always hurt. And, he don't have nowhere near the number of touchdowns he had last year. Every time he touches the ball, he gets tackled. I mean, I know the offensive line is not what it was last year. They changed some pieces, but it almost seems like it was a one-trick pony, and that people figure things out. And as a receiver, he doesn't get really good separation. He's never really wide open. It's more of he catches the ball and got to break a bunch of tackles to get what he gets. But AJ Brown's like an actual receiver. Like I watch him, and dude is getting open. He's beat his man, and he's open downfield, or he's wide open. He's like a receiver. And Deebo, he kind of struggled with that. He struggled with that before everything that happened last year, with really getting open, wide open, and like really, cutting and doing a juke and beating his man and all that kind of stuff. Everything's been hard, contested fight yards, So yeah, Deebo Samuels is kind of my disappointment right now.
Yeah, back to AJ Brown. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sal.
Oh no, I'm just go ahead, Jermaine. AJ Brown.
Yeah, no, I said back to AJ Brown. You like that 50-50. I mean, you throw it up. I mean, he's going to have a chance. I mean, I don't know. You seen that pass that he just caught it, and I mean, you couldn't throw it any better. Jalen Hurts, you couldn't throw it any better, and AJ Brown took it right off his shoulder pad. So but yeah, you definitely like that 50-50. With AJ Brown, but my worst, I think my worst, is definitely Carson Wentz. That's the biggest bust. That and Baker, you know what I mean? You could get, the list goes on, with those signings and all that stuff. So, but yeah, those are my couple of my busts.
What about Von Miller?
A lot more.
Huh?
Wasn't Von Miller free agent after the Rams? What do you think? He at first he was, but then he just disappeared.
I'm not big. I don't know what you guys think, Mike. What do you think? I wasn't really a big fan. Like everybody was just overhyping this man and whatnot. Yes, he's a good player, but nothing like he was when he was in his prime with Denver. I mean, what do you guys think?
It's almost like when Washington got Bruce Smith. And you were just kind of like, oh man, that guy is going to sack everybody. And it's like, that's not the same Bruce Smith that we know. Like Von Miller in Denver was a home wrecker, but when he went to the Rams, he fit. I mean, he showed up when you needed him to show up, but it wasn't like all the time. It was just in key situations, and I think that's what Buffalo was looking at. Just a pass rush specialist that would just make the play when you needed it. But I mean, now he's hurt and out for the season, so I that was kind of bust free agent signing, I think, too. But, I think good for him. He got paid, I think because of how he did in the Super Bowl. But, I don't think he's as that great. I don't think he's a
dominant player
like
like you said, compared to like Bruce Smith. What do you think, Sal?
Yeah, I mean, to jump on Mike's train, I think it's like Reggie White going to Green Bay. They expected him to be like, the next coming and sack all these people, and he's not what he's expected to be. He's lost a step. He's still a good player, but it's hard to maintain that level as you get older and you're beaten up and have these injuries like he's had. So, my bust, which I'm surprised you didn't bring up yet, especially Dre, is Deshaun Watson, right? I mean, I mean, what? Yeah, that's. I mean, how can you, for all that money that they paid this guy, right? I mean, I know. All right, he's only played what, 1 or 2 games right now, but I mean, yeah, 1. So I know he's got time, but I don't think he was showing much beforehand, and so I actually I agree with Devontae Adams. He's probably my free agent. The best signing, but I have an underrated one, and that's James Bradbury. I think this guy, look, I don't give Howie credit, but Bradbury has been lights out, and he's just knocked down these wide receivers and just shut them down. I mean, he's just been, and then you could actually throw in the safety as well. I mean, so there's, that's 2 really good signings in the secondary. Howie knew after last year he had to rebuild the secondary, and at least he identified that. Because it was bad.
Man, it's a shame that CJ Gardner Johnson or whatever. Man, I mean, I don't know if we're going to miss it. We may miss him in the playoffs. I don't know. Is he out for the season with that lacerated kidney? I don't know. I know they put him on IR.
From what I said, it just takes time to heal that type of injury. You just don't know how long it's going to take. It's what your body, your body can do.
Yeah.
So he might be back for the
you're
playoffs.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Sal. I mean, you gotta give your boy credit as far as doing that with that with CJ, and definitely Bradbury. I definitely agree with you on Barry. Way underrated. I think he's out playing Darius Slay. To be honest, with you. I think he is.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. So, Deshaun, you think it's just rust? Or you expect him just to come right in? You know what I mean?
What, Mike? How many games? 700? 700 days?
Yeah.
He hasn't played?
Yeah, it's got to be rust. Yeah, he hasn't played almost 2 years? Almost 2 years?
Yeah.
So, he's going to take a minute.
Yeah.
It's just too bad for that team. Like, you kind of was hoping that team would be out of it and not have, like, no chance of a playoff. So when he comes back, then he could kind of make those mistakes. But they were kind of in the middle of their division and winning with Jacoby Brissett, and now they make the switch, and you kind of messed up that momentum, I mean, they won the game because of their defense, so hopefully Washington can catch up. But they had a thing going; they still got a chance. I mean, they're not going to catch the Bengals, but they still are in the mix. They're not officially eliminated yet, but you hate to throw a guy in, and then he ends up kind of help you lose and not getting in the playoffs, but the other guy, even though he may not be as talented, but he's been there the whole time, so everything's been clicking with him,
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, and leading into that, it kind of is a good tie in here. We can talk about teams that are maybe done for this season but might do well next season. Is Cleveland one of those teams? What do you guys think?
Well, that's a good question, Sal. As of right now, I mean, I understand that, Cleveland, with the rust of Deshaun and stuff. So that's a very good question. I mean, they still got their running game. I mean, they still got defense, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward and stuff. That I mean, that just remains to be seen, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cleveland has more positive than negative, but the big negative for Cleveland right now is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow and the Bengals look like they're just gonna own that division for like the next 3 or 4 years, man, or even longer. That team is just, once they get clicking, shucks, you can't stop them.
Yeah. True. And teams, if I had to pick one, I think who probably isn't going to make it this year, but might do a run next year. I still like Detroit. I still like the Lions.
Yeah, you took words right out of my mouth, man. They just look like they're starting to get healthy. Jameson Williams is starting to, get into the mix and stuff. I mean, that'll be a badass wide receiver core right there. And I think that's really going to help Jared Goff. And then you got a running game. between Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. I mean, whew, if they could get that defense going to the draft and get another bona fide stud defender or whatnot, shoot, I'm not shying away from Detroit. You're right, Sal.
Dre, who you got? Team out this year that might make it next year?
I'm going to say that in the AFC, the Jaguars.
Okay.
I think I have them on the AFC side. I like they really showed. We really thought how they were this year at the beginning of the year. They're like, oh man, Jaguars are really going to be not a wrecking, but they're going to be competitive, and it just didn't really work that way. But I still think they have the pieces to still do that and actually excel better next year. And on the NFC, I'm looking at the list of all the teams. Yeah, I agree with you with Detroit. And I don't know, it'll be funny, but everybody in NFC South is horrible. So any of those teams can do better next year. The Bucks, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Saints, they're all bad. I mean, let them all come back.
Keep the Saints down for this year so the Eagles get that top 5 pick. But
there you go.
But to say my thing, I hate to say this, but the Washington Commanders.
Oh, come on.
The Washington Commanders next year.
Heineke?
Wow.
Heineke's the future?
I think so.
Heineke? I don't know about Heineke. Because they drafted that quarterback. I forgot his name. We was talking about
Sam
it.
Howell.
Yeah. So that could be the future right there. But I don't know. I don't know about the comments.
Okay, I'm just looking at what could be realistically.
Yeah.
Well, I think a team that's out of it, and I don't think is going to do well next year, is the Cardinals. I think that's a team that's going backwards.
You got to blow that whole
backwards
team up.
in a hurry.
Blow the whole team up. Man.
What about the Rams, Mike? What about them?
Oh.
They're in trouble too.
In trouble.
And that's that whole mortgage the future kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's coming back to haunt them now.
Yep.
Yeah,
and McVay, now they talking about what McVay and Donald talking about, because they was thinking about retiring last year. So now you got definitely, they might be out this year. Now you really got a problem,
Yep.
You got your best defensive tackle, and then you got McGenius leaving. So it's like, come on.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it, for a team that they're not out of it yet, but I think they're not going to make the playoffs just because of the way things shake up. But the Seahawks, I hate to say it with Geno Smith, man. If Geno Smith keeps playing the way he's playing, you don't have to give him a big contract. He's kind of like one of those guys that appreciates where he's at, so he'll take a good contract, but he won't break the team. And then they can go and keep getting other players. They had a good draft. A lot of their success has been with rookies this year, so they're going to get better. And then if they can bring in a couple other key pieces,
free agent,
they're going to be tough next year. I think they're going to be real tough next year.
So Pete Carroll for the coach of the year, he's got to be up there, guys. He's got to be up there. You got to think about it. He's got to be up there.
I think it's Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just saying he's got to be. Pete Carroll's got to be in the talk.
Yeah.
As far as coach of the year, I mean, come on.
I think for doing something with nothing kind of deal, Sirianni's got a good team, and he's just keeping a good team running.
Yeah, right.
Pete Carroll's was supposed to be 4-12 this year. They were supposed to be terrible.
Geno Smith, man, my analogy to that is like video editing is a powerful thing, man, because we all see football on TV. They cut to him, and all of a sudden they go to the field. That is not him on the field. I'm sorry. I don't know who the hell that is. I don't know who that is, man, but it's amazing how I agree with you about the coach of the year. Like, how Geno Smith and then vice versa. You sure that's Russell Wilson in Denver?
Yeah. That's the thing, man. Yeah.
Like, what?
But he was declining. Russell Wilson was declining in Seattle. That's why Pete Carroll's like, you know what? I'm done with you. Just go.
Yeah.
Just go away.
Right.
And get those draft picks, and that's it. But
I think another team that is out for sure that I think will be tough next year is the Bears. I think Justin Fields really starting to get it, and if they can get some good receivers and I think improve that defense a little bit, they had some injuries too, but they had some good running backs. But they could be another pretty tough team next year.
Yeah.
And then of course Green Bay is the one that's going backwards, I think too.
I had him in the Super Bowl, remember?
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Yeah, you had him in the Super Bowl. Green Bay's in hospice care.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and Dre, I can't believe you picked Jacksonville over the Jets for next year. I thought for sure you would have said the Jets would be the team.
You know, he's all over the place, man.
I mean, you're saying like they're totally out of it. I don't think the Jets are totally out of it. I mean,
no, they're not.
They're 7-5.
Not. No, you're right.
Yeah, the Jets are still in the mix.
Yeah, they still. Yeah.
So Jermaine, I did listen to the instructions. The instructions was the worst team that would not make it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some predictions really quickly. We got to keep it moving here. Real quick, guys, we'll just go around the horn. Jets at Bills. We'll start with Mike. What do you got? Jets at Bills.
Bills.
All right, Dre.
Jets by 3.
All right, Jermaine.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I'm saying, Jets.
All right, I'm going to go with the Bills on that one. All right. Next one, real quick. Vikings at Lions. Mike, who you got? Vikings at Lions.
I got the Lions.
All right.
Lions.
Okay.
I got the Lions too. Yeah.
I do too. All of us agree on that one.
I got the Lions. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to.
All right. This is
Hall
an
of
interesting
Fame.
one because I think it's, I put this one in here because I think it's two teams who can go either way. Ravens at the Steelers. Your boy from Pittsburgh, Pickett. Maybe he'll be all right, Mike, like you said. What do you think?
Boy, that's gonna be interesting. You know what? I think I will go with the Steelers. I think with Lamar out, even though Huntley is a solid backup, but the Ravens they've been on the edge. Like they're really they play down to the competition, and I think the Steelers could take them.
All right, Dre.
Steelers at home? Are they home?
Steelers are home.
It's no question. Without no Lamar, there's no Baltimore. So.
All right, Jermaine.
Yeah, Steelers. I mean, Mike Tomlin. You just can't count this man out. And then I think Steelers are starting to come together. Especially watching that game against Atlanta and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the Steelers. I think Mike Tomlin is going to save his season. You know what I mean, as far as not having a losing record in his career. So. Yeah,
I agree. I got the Steelers in this one as well. All right, we have 2 more left here. Let's go with the GOAT at the 49ers. What do we got, Mike?
Oh, you know what I got. Come on now.
You got the Bucks, right?
Of course. San Francisco, all the way. Bucks did not impress me last week against that. It was a nice win, but they look old. They look slow. Sometimes look disinterested. I don't know what it is this year with them.
Okay.
Yeah, with that potent offense, you're right.
2 bad teams last week, Tampa Bay and the Saints. 49ers are better than that. If the GOAT might prove me wrong again, what you text me, Sal. So I'm going with 49ers. I don't see Tampa Bay beating 49ers. I don't.
Jermaine, you got the Niners too?
Yeah, I got the Niners. I mean, just like what Mike said, Mike hit it right on the button. I mean, you come back and it's like, oh, this is an impressive win. I mean, 3 points, with 4 minutes or 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter? Come on. That's just with that offense with Tampa Bay, it's just no excuse. I don't know why they can't get it together. I mean, you got 2 bona fide receivers, you got the GOAT and stuff, so it's like.
And Mike Evans looks disgusted. Like when I was watching him last
they're not on the same page.
They're not on the same page. Like right? I don't care. Like whatever. I'm like, wow.
They're not on the
same
same page.
They were taking plays off. I mean, Mike Evans in particular wasn't running routes nowhere near as sharp as he normally does. I know the offensive line is banged up, and that makes a big difference. But they don't seem something's off with them.
Yeah, something's off. Yep. Yeah.
You know what it really is, Jermaine? I'll tell you what it is. It's that Sue is with the Eagles now. That's the difference.
or it's Todd. Whenever time I see Todd Bowles, he just.
Todd Bowles got that look. It's that look. He's looking up at the screen. I'm like, man, he's field is over here. And he's like,
well, because he's looking at Bruce. He's looking at the former coach. He's looking at Bruce Arians. And Bruce was stood up. He stood up and like, Even cut off. What's the name? In the halftime coaching thing, he cut her off. He's like,
it's not good.
Crazy thing is, they're still going to win their division, I think, and they're still going to be in the playoffs, and they could be in the playoffs with a losing record.
All 4 teams can win that division.
Yeah. No, not the Saints. Saints are dumb.
That's a tough one.
Carolina's out of it too.
Last one. You know who I'm going to say? Eagles and Giants. Here we go. Mike, Eagles, Giants.
Eagles. It's not even going to be close.
Okay. All right. Dre?
Eagles.
All right. Jermaine?
Hey, they're talking about Saquon not playing today, you know, with this neck injury and all that stuff. So, yeah, they don't got Saquon. Yeah, it's definitely Eagles all the way now. Now, Saquon does play. It's going to be one of those dragged out, you know, bullying, you know, back and forth game. You know, it's going to be a tight game. But, yeah, Philly all the way. And they got to clinch the playoff berth. So, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, I mean, even if Saquon plays, how effective is it going to be? I think over the last 3 or 4 weeks, he hasn't had more than 50 yards rushing. He's really been struggling. So, I don't see, unless the Eagles beat themselves today, I don't see how they lose that game, you know, or unless somebody gets hurt. You know, I don't see how they lose that. But
I got an upset. I got an upset of the week real fast now. I got an upset of the week.
Do it.
Watch this, guys. I blow your mind. All right, so pay attention. Houston is beating Dallas today.
Oh.
No.
Pay attention.
But
pay attention.
I will say I did take the points. Houston's got 17.5 points. I think they can keep it closer than that, but they're going to lose.
Okay. All right.
Mike said no. What part of no you don't understand? The N or the O?
Yeah.
That's a good one, Jermaine. That is. That's a good one, but...
Yeah, because you know all this hype that Dallas has, that they put up 54 points and all that stuff. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? I think their heads are big and whatnot. They think they could just run into Houston. Oh, we got this. They're just laying down and all that stuff.
But wasn't it 54 points against the Colts?
Yes.
Okay, I don't need to say nothing else. Enough said.
And really, it was. Up until the fourth quarter, the game was 17-16, and then the Colts just started giving the game away.
You're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. I got Houston over Dallas today.
All right. I'll tell you what.
That'd be fun if you're right.
Texas shootout.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Matt Ryan did not look good. I will say that last week for Indianapolis against the Dallas. Matt Ryan was awful. So he has no spiral on his ball. It's hanging in the air. He just, you know, I feel bad for Matt. I think his time is up. And that might be one of the worst free agent signings, right? Wasn't he last year? So was he? Signing last year?
Because he replaced Wentz.
Yeah.
He was a replacement for Wentz. Yeah. And then Mariota went to Atlanta, and Mariota's on the bench.
Yes, he is.
You want to give him a medical diagnosis, just say he's terminal. He's terminal.
Hey,
it's already past the stage 5-4 cancer. It's terminal.
Chip Kelly still wants to draft him. You know what I mean?
That was another free agent signing. I mean, Matt Ryan, you know, that was another bust. You know?
Yeah.
How he came over there.
There were a lot of busts this year.
Oh, really. Julio Jones.
Yeah, he's another one. Well, he's older.
Think?
I mean...
He's starting to wake up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got Hollywood Brown, and
Hollywood
that was
Brown.
great. He disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was supposed to help out. What's his name? They got suspended for 7 games. You know, you threw them back on the field together. You would think they'd light it up, and not really. So I will say on the Eagles real quick. You know, reason I'm so bullish on them over the Giants, even with Saquon, is because they did a heck of a job shutting down Derrick Henry. And I remember you guys were totally worried about the run defense and that Derrick Henry was going to go crazy. And he didn't have, I don't even think he had no more than 50 yards rushing. So
this
if
is
you
the thing,
him
Mike.
Down, I ain't worried about no other running backs.
Mike, this is the thing. It's consistency. All right. Now, say Saquon plays and whatnot, or even Brady or the running backs or whatever, the running backs that they have, it's about consistency. Okay, yes, it was a great game how they shut down Derrick Henry. All right, but that's just keep it moving. All right, so you move back to Tennessee. All right, don't get too easy and laid back, and then all of a sudden one of these 3 running backs or whatever starts running all over the place and whatnot, then we're right back to square one. So I just want consistency. That's all.
Jordan Davis got hurt again.
Sal.
Yeah. He got hurt again, so I don't know if he's going to play today or not. He re-injured his ankle.
But it was Jordan Davis and Hargrove that was really, closing up that middle. They were.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you, Jermaine. Consistency, no matter if Jordan's there or not, they gotta keep that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys laughed at me at the beginning of the year when I picked Jordan Davis as defensive MVP, but he is to the Eagles. He really makes a difference when he's not there.
I still say you were still high. You just happened to just pick his name, Sal. So don't. I'm not giving you that much damn credit. Come on.
Unfortunately, but the Philadelphia seemed like they built their structure around that draft pick. I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with that defensive line. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's do it. So, Mike, I hear you're going mad with maybe some libs. What do you got going on over there?
All right, so I mean, if you guys, I know we're all a certain age, but had Mad Libs where you have to give out a word and it's going to be for a story. So, of course, the story is about us, but I'll go ahead and ask you guys for different words, and then I'll read the story back to you guys. So, Jermaine, I'll start with you. Can you give me an adjective?
I don't think Jermaine knows what an adjective is.
What's that? Is that a person, place, or thing?
like running.
Crazy, zany, happy.
Running.
Form
of action. I didn't even look up the Western Dictionary. I knew that.
I did not expect this game to start off this way.
Adjective. Throwing.
That's a verb.
Oh, that's a verb.
See, I don't even use my side of the brain. I don't.
I just got my intro for 2 weeks from now.
I'm all technical. I'm all technical, and you're right. That is an adverb. Running, throwing.
That's a verb.
Yeah, that's a verb.
Adjective is like a description of something.
That's right. I went to college.
Oh, man.
But I went to college for science, not English.
All right.
Oh, man. Do we need to phone a friend, or do we need to keep going here?
Can I get a lifeline? Please. Can I get a lifeline, please?
Someone throw out an adjective, please.
Pretty.
Sal, go ahead. You went to St. Joe's.
Pretty. Yes, pretty. There you go.
Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
How about ugly?
Pretty.
Yeah, do ugly.
All right. Oh, but this is probably gonna be even worse. I need a plural noun. So
Oh my God.
a noun is like a thing.
I'm sorry. I'm
bitches. Bitches.
Huh? What'd you say?
Bitches.
Oh my God.
Hold on, guys. I gotta look up what an adverb is. I don't know no English.
Let me get another plural noun.
It's gonna get worse. Now they have plural noun.
Plural noun. Car,
I used my lifeline, didn't I?
Fingernail. I don't care. This is a thing. It's a plural thing.
Footballs.
A shoe. A cleat.
Okay.
Cleat.
All right, cleats. All right. I need a nationality. A nationality like Brazilian or American or Ethiopian.
Now he's clarifying.
What? Is that one of us? Who's going to give you that? Any one of us?
Someone throw it out.
Russian.
Someone out.
Russian.
All right.
Russian.
Man, I had to go Russian. All right. I want an adjective, but an aggressive adjective. So something like, mean or, something aggressive.
Pushy.
Pushy. All right. There you go. All right. Let me get an article of clothing. So a piece of clothing like a sweater,
towel,
or sock. That's not really clothing. That's something you wear.
Clothing, man. Shirt.
Towel. Oh, man.
Shirt.
All right. Shirt.
Shirt.
We'll go shirt.
Yeah.
Jersey. Yeah.
All right. T-shirt.
It's funny.
All right. Let me get another adjective.
Oh, God.
Here we go again.
My brain hurts.
Stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, right. That is absolutely right.
Yeah,
Let me get an emotion. Like sad, happy, cheery, depressed. I don't know.
Baby. I don't know. Yeah.
Emotion.
Yeah. Put sad. Put sad on
Sad. All right.
Yeah,
Alright.
you said.
There. Yeah.
All right. Let me get a bright color.
Oh, yellow.
There you go. Well, at least we know our
All right,
colors.
Let me get an animal. An animal.
Cougar.
You get a flavor. It can be just a
Vanilla.
Not your
vanilla.
Drake. Not your date, Dre. Not
Chocolate.
All right. You get a shape.
Circle.
Square.
Circle. Square. All right.
I can't put a circle through a square.
Let me get an exotic car brand, like Ferrari, Lamborghini, something like that.
Maserati.
Yeah, that's on you.
There you go.
All right. A type of fabric, like denim, wool.
Oh,
leather.
Corduroy.
Cotton.
Corduroy.
Jermaine. I was gonna say corduroy. I was gonna say the same thing.
All right. A kitchen utensil.
Knife.
Man.
Yeah, you go with the short. You go with the grid.
Okay. And then get a body organ, so like a heart or a kidney, a lung.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Tooth. A tooth.
That's not a tooth. That's not an organ.
That's not a
That's not an organ, man.
Oh, all right. Medicine, your back.
Go with a kidney, Mike.
kidney. All right.
A tooth. Okay, a tooth.
It's like name a body of water, bathtub. That's what Jermaine was.
Let me get another adjective.
All right, I got one. Ambitious.
There you go.
My brain's
Oh,
working.
man. All right. Let me get a household appliance.
Oh,
Microwave.
a blender.
Okay.
Blender. All right.
Blender.
Yeah. Now, let me get a fun adjective. Something that's positive.
I don't know. Delightful? I don't.
That's the word. All right, that works.
There you go.
And then a number, any number.
17.
Dang. All right, here we go.
100.
So this is the Enough Said Mad Libs edition. All right. The Enough Said podcast is a pretty show. The Enough Said crew are 4 bitches that like to discuss.
You calling me a bitch? You calling me a bitch? Sam said a bitch.
Oh man, that's good. That is awesome.
Oh my God.
So, four bitches that like to discuss cleats and sports. The crew are Sal, Jermaine, Andre, and Mike. Sal is a Russian songwriter who is also a pushy Philly sports fan and is the main host of the show. Sal's biggest dream is to be Kay Adams' t-shirt.
That's true. That is true. Oh man, that is true.
Dre is a stupid guy. Dre is a stupid guy that brings thoughtful analysis and sad passion to the show.
I mean, that's an oxymoron. Stupid but bring thoughtful analysis.
Hey, you guys pick the words.
Sorry. Go ahead.
His hair almost turned yellow from using too much Soul Glow.
Oh man, Dre, that's hilarious.
This is the best.
Dre is a cougar-like race car driver in sim race league.
Dang, I should have said cheater.
All right. So we got Jermaine is the vanilla energy of the show. His big square mouth.
Oh man.
His big square mouth brings powerful insight and Maserati-like attention to the show. Jermaine takes are tougher than a corduroy, and his wit is as sharp as a knife.
Oh my god!
I don't think I've laughed that hard in so long.
Oh, man,
My
I'm
nose
crying.
is running. That's so funny. I'm
crying
crying.
over
We
here.
can go. So Mike is the kidney of the show. He usually comes up with ambitious ideas like games and oddball segments. Mike is the only 49ers fan in the crew, which makes him a blender. The Enough Said podcast is a delightful show.
Oh man.
We currently have 17 listeners, and we are growing with each episode. Enough said.
17.
Oh, my
Man.
God,
I should have went
Mike.
higher.
Mike,
My stomach
is
hurts from
awesome,
laughing.
man.
That
Oh,
was
my God.
unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
that was awesome. That was
Oh
awesome,
man. I needed
Mike,
like
don't
an
lose
award.
that. You got to save that. Don't lose that.
Yeah,
I
man.
gotta say,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it in the word file. Yeah.
Mike, I'm looking.
God.
Oh, here we go, Mike. I'm looking for an award, man, and like this
That's
is funny.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Man, I didn't see that coming at all, man. God.
Man,
I didn't
that's
see that.
Mike. I got to give you props for that, man.
Hey,
That was the
Mike,
best.
hey,
Oh,
shout out,
my
dog.
God.
Shout out, man. For real.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Straight up. Woo! Emmy for podcast. Emmy.
The Enough Said crew are 4 bitches. Oh god.
Oh my God. You said it, Sal.
I know you said it.
You said we're bitches.
Oh, man.
Poor bitch.
Oh, God.
Man.
That had to
still
be the
laugh when we
funniest
said-
of the year. Oh
This gotta be
man.
the best
So
one.
Tell
we
you
talked
what.
about. I said, "Give me an adjective." Jermaine's like throwing.
Give me an organ, a tooth. Oh man. This one is a tooth. Oh my
Yeah, where's
God.
the tooth alive, right? Morgan, it keeps you going. You don't need no tooth.
Oh man. Oh crap. Oh,
Call me a
God.
cougar.
Yeah, call me a cougar.
Oh my God, I'm a cougar.
Oh,
Stupid too. I'm
man.
stupid.
yeah.
Man.
Oh
Oh
man.
my God,
I'll tell
I'm a
you what.
stupid cougar. And thoughtful.
Oh man.
Hey Mike, yeah, when you edit this,
Oh,
man,
man.
yeah, you gotta get everything
Oh,
on there,
yeah.
man. You gotta cut some stuff out, man. Something's gotta get cut out.
Cut that
This
beginning.
whole segment,
Cut that beginning and add
Yeah.
this to the end. Sorry.
To all our
I'll
listeners,
figure it
we
out.
appreciate you bearing with us here. We just lost it here for a minute, but we're
Oh, man.
this
That's,
please
Oh,
listen. This is the best
man.
one. This is the best
That's one of the
episode
best
we've
one,
had
man.
so far, man.
Woo.
Jeez,
I'll tell you what, that was hilarious.
that was good.
But
man.
everybody, check us out. If you like our show, tell us what you think. enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. And guys, I'm just going to end it here because I don't think we can top that. So, I mean,
that was
Yeah. So thanks to everybody who listens to us each week. We appreciate you, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. We'll see you soon, everybody.
See you. All right,
Peace.
man. Yeah.
I'm stupid.